Daredevil fans, this next message is only going to apply if you're watching this video on the same day that I released it. So with that being said, in my previous reaction, I did promise a small little surprise for those of you who are watching on this Sunday as a sort of way to make it up to you because I've missed a few weeks being sick and other various reasons. So respectfully, don't expect this every Sunday now. We will stick with one episode of Daredevil every Sunday, and if there is an excuse, I will go over it, but I will 100% try to do it every single Sunday. So mentioning the fact that a reaction comes out every Sunday, 30 minutes after the release of this video, you can find 2 more additional brand new reactions to Daredevil on my channel. And again, I'm not going to do this every week, but I just sort of wanted to make it up to you Daredevil fans because I know a lot of you are starting to come to my channel and you really enjoy my Daredevil content. And I also really love this show, so I'm like, I would not mind binge watching just a few more episodes. So 2 additional episodes after this one today on Sunday if you're watching live. So I hope you guys are understanding of me and missing certain dates, but I try my best, or well, I'm going to try to do better. So here's a small little way to make it up to you. Anyway, here we have another episode reaction of Daredevil, and of course, 2 more episodes in half an hour. So I'm excited to get this rodeo started, and let's go binge watching Daredevil. I don't think this is in New York. Oh my god, he cut his hand off. Oh god. That's like Ramsey type of shit cutting down there. He's blind too.
Devil, my shapely Irish ass.
The devil of Hell's Kitchen.
I think Foggy will be pitching for the Mets by midseason.
I'm being serious.
Yeah, so am I. Have you seen their bullpen?
Come on.
Damn, what a roast.
It would be his right.
What about my right to punch him in the melon? They pulled a piece of glass out. Naysayers, each and every one of you. Karen, come on. Batting practice, you and me, Chelsea Piers. What do you say? Or not. Totally cool.
What's she doing? Something with Ben?
How do you make burner phone? I mean, I assume she's hot. She hot?
Oh, how would I know?
This again. You always know.
The funds have been reallocated as requested. All the arrangements made per your agreement with the guy we're not supposed to blah, blah, blah.
Business may continue.
It's Matt. Yeah.
God, what do you want?
Who do you work for?
I told you, I work for Silver and...
Yo, he bitch slapped him.
Which means you have records. Proof of it.
Someone's coming. Oh, that dude?
Asshole.
It chopped his guard.
You're just gonna lie there all night?
When we first took him in, Matthew's problems seemed less severe. Now he's in so much pain.
So he knows him. What, did this guy like train him or something? That would make sense.
They think you're getting worse. But you're not, are you, kid? You're getting stronger. Let's get started.
That's so interesting.
What is this?
You like ice cream?
Yeah.
Then shut up and eat it. I'll ask the question. Because when it comes to being born lucky, you won the friggin' lottery.
9.
9? So you had 9 whole years of looking at movies, blue sky, killed dead on the spot.
I wasn't killed.
You lived? Praise God, it's a miracle. So you survived the truck. Smart don't come out of books, kid. Smart is making the right decision at the right time.
No one's bought me ice cream since my dad died. Her heart's beating fast. Is she sick?
Worse. She's in love. And the old man?
I don't even know your name. What do I call you?
Stick.
Are you gonna lie there all night?
Stick. Like the walking stick.
A shit show.
You've been gone 20 years. What are you doing back in my city?
Your city.
Yeah, I'm taking care of it.
An old guy just lit you up. You ain't taking care of shit.
Whoever's pulling the strings busted up the one big corporation. To a
Yeah,
bunch
she
of
is
little
meeting
ones.
with Ben.
It's an old game. My experience, there are no heroes, no villains, just people with different agendas.
Yeah, one of those was to kill me.
Is Matt watching her? Someone is. Who's watching them?
You have any idea what I pay in rent?
Expensive shithole. You had a woman in here. When's she coming back?
Never.
Good.
You got a warped perspective on the whole
Jeez.
good bad thing. Cotton feels like sandpaper on my skin.
You'd be better off sleeping on real sandpaper than surrounding yourself with all this bullshit.
This is my life.
Surrounding yourself with soft stuff isn't life, it's death.
Yeah, too.
Cut them loose for their sake. Break their hearts if you have to. Just do it quick.
I'm not gonna do that.
Then they will suffer and you will die. Alive. Christ, you're worse than your old man. Born to lose, battling Jack. At least your daddy got paid when he hit the floor.
You're hurting me. You're just a bully.
World's full of them. What are you gonna do about it? Feel the breeze. Anger is a spark. Good. Rage is a wildfire. Out of control, therefore useless.
Damn.
I just wanted him to come home.
But he didn't, and he never will. We all pay for our choices, kid.
Yeah, I've learned a lot since you've been gone.
Like what?
You're a dick.
That's true. It's the war, Maddie. Never-ending war.
What's Nova bringing in? Drugs or something?
A weapon. They call it Black Sky.
One rule. You don't kill anybody.
I swear, I will not kill anybody.
Very curious about how he got his abilities. Because if Matt's not the only one, then how many more are there? Because you could be born with that ability, apparently. Maybe it's like an X-Men mutation type of thing. I don't know.
Con el abogado guapo.
Yeah, Matt.
No, Señor Foggy.
Oh.
Damn, she jumped right to Matt. Poor Foggy, no.
Preguntas a Señor Tully.
¿Está de vacaciones?
Yo viviendo aquí. Y ese gordo de mierda está acostado en una playa.
That's just how it is, unfortunately.
Okay.
Y el otro llevaba un tatuaje en el brazo.
Tattoo.
Oh boy. This the guy that was watching them behind the dumpster? Probably. Oh, he's got a tattoo on his arm.
So, why are you bothering the old woman? Stupid bitch!
Foggy? With his baseball equipment?
What are you doing here?
Are you following me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you were acting weird. I was worried about you.
Oh, that's great. Jesus, she sprayed the shit out of him. Yo, that's like assault, man. Jesus, my voice cracked hard.
I'm picking up a dozen heartbeats. Slow, steady.
We'll be quieter. Thin out the herd. I'll take care of the Black Sky.
How?
Just do your job, I'll do mine.
Or is that going to be his... Those things I always talk about. I don't know the proper name for that type of weapon. Those two bars, kind of like Nightwing minus the electricity. Damn, he didn't see a thing. It was so fast. I mean, he knows something's up, but still, not a clear picture. Arrow? Did Stick lie? It's just a kid. That's not a weapon. The hell is he doing? Damn it, this kid's got some moves.
How?
Meditate.
You mean that thing where you pretend not to sleep?
Yeah. Even heal your wounds faster.
You can do that?
How do you think I'm still alive, kid?
I have something for you.
It's like a rapper bracelet.
From the wrapper on the ice cream you got me when we first met.
Yeah.
Your training is over. I can't help you anymore. I expected too much of you.
It's fucked up.
That's what your wars come to? Killing children?
That thing in the container was not a child.
I could hear his heartbeat.
Hear yourself, man.
I'm gonna let you kill that kid.
Oh, he's already dead. I put an arrow in that thing's heart.
The hell's this guy's problem?
Can't even tag an old man. Get up.
Ah, shit, that must have hurt. Yeah, there you go. Start using your flips, man. Oh, that's hot. It's so weird. I want him to kick that old man's ass. That sounds so messed up. This is like Happy Gilmore fighting Bob Barker.
Get out of my city.
Maybe there's hope for you yet. Nice catching up. Hey.
You can trust him, Ben. He's one of the good ones.
They're working against each other. So the question is, which one trumps the other?
It's a bracelet. So Stick kept it all these years. Oh, the subtle theme in the background.
No longer a threat.
For now. What about Murdoch?
The hell is that?
Still a real pain.
Jesus, this guy is a unit.
Will he be ready when the doors open?
Look at the sound of his voice.
I have no idea.
Okay, what is going on? It's funny because we're dealing with Kingpin and organized crime and stuff, so I've kind of got into the mindset of sort of excusing anything, not supernatural, but just a little bit over the top, even though Matt technically does have superpowers. Like, he has very enhanced abilities that would pretty much qualify as having superpowers, and Stick seemingly so. Now, who the hell is this guy? His voice sounds badass. He almost sounds like in an animated movie, he would voice a dragon or something. Like, oh my god, what a presence. Well, right after this, irrelevant to you, but I'm going to record another episode as soon as I finish this discussion, because as I mentioned, there will be 2 additional episodes being released after this one today on Sunday if you're watching it the day of release. If you're watching it in the future, this does not apply to you, but just watching this, it's funny because of course, the introduction of the character of Stick, which is, I wouldn't say that's his real name, just based upon him using a walking stick and also using them as a form of weapons. It's very, not on the nose, but it just makes sense and almost an alias, because this guy definitely has some sort of a agenda or mission at the very least. Like, I don't know. Of course not. I don't know what yet, because we haven't really gone over that. So right now he is a bit mysterious and who he's working for and his intentions of Matt, because as he was saying, he wanted a soldier and Matt just wanted a father. So he was a cool character, introducing him, cool voice, could fight like a monster, professional, skilled master, sort of, like, very much, you could tell he's had years and years and years of experience. He's an expert at this point. But then he turns into a hard ass and you're like, oh wow, he's so cool, he's a badass. But then it shows just like a true lack of heart, where he just left for, I think Matt said 20 years, but then he returned, but he kept the bracelet all those years. So there's sort of like a hint of humanity, because quite frankly, that is the word that would apply in this situation, because from what he seems, exterior, interior wise, based on his language, he just seems to have no affection towards anyone, no empathy, no emotion at all. And he's very much in the mindset of weakness is love and how the body is a weapon. So it's somewhat cool to see. And it's interesting because he is kind of complex to the point where I somewhat like him, but then I very much dislike him based on how he just lacks any feeling. And that's not really appealing to me when a person is just so cold. You have to put your wall down at some point. I don't like stale characters to where it's just they have no passion or they have no care in their life whatsoever. But he has a touch of it. So I'll let it pass for now. I'm not the biggest fan of his character. Like, if he died, I would not. Right now, I would not give a shit. But admittingly, he is a very cool character, and I'm very interested by him. Especially the dude at the end with the scars and his, like, shoulder length was like 10 feet, bro. That guy was enormous. And he has a voice like as I mentioned, like a dragon. Like booming voice, like a demon almost, really. Oh, it just sounds so fucking awesome, whoever that was. I'm very interested by that now. And yeah, this episode was very good. It was slower, and I really like that. This series as a whole does such a great job at the storytelling, and in particular, the dialogue. And what I mean by that is shows and movies, sometimes they might go for very organic dialogue to where it fits in the moment, meaning what would actual humans say if they were in this situation, because nobody's speech is that perfect and that dramatic to where it's high on philosophy and thematic meaning, versus here they do sprinkles of that in good proportions to where it's like, wow, what a deep meaning in this and how much you can take away from this. And I love sort of the ideology of it. So going off of that, the sentences they say to where it really does have that inner message that they're trying to convey. And it's just a very sort of flowery language, but still very much fits the theme of the show. And it's quite believable from the characters, especially when it's saying, Stick is saying some of the things in the way he does. And same thing with Wilson Fisk, to where it's very educated people who have wisdom and experience, and they're really sort of giving these analogies and these metaphors for lessons or the actions that they're going to undertake. So the writing in this, it's a very long way to say I appreciate the writing in this show. It's just really good writing, and I really enjoy everything that they have to say between characters and stuff. Oh, just very good. Very good. That would have been simpler than saying that giant ass analogy in itself. But we got a bit more insight into the whole Karen and Foggy dilemma, because it surprised me, because I'm like, damn, I thought she liked Matt, but then she was kind of really hitting it off with Foggy, even though I thought it was just sort of two friends having a good time. But you could tell Foggy is quite interested, but it seemed like Karen was somewhat reciprocating that, but it felt a bit more just like in a friendlier manner. And I think in this episode, they did the nail in the coffin to this whole sort of storyline, or the mystery of it, to who she really likes, because there was the mentioning of her handsome lawyer friend, and she instantly jumped to Matt rather than Foggy, and she kind of cringed at the idea. Not cringed, but she was taken back a bit by the idea of Foggy has that look of he's in love, so it feels like it's not necessarily flowing in both directions. I mean, Foggy followed her. Good for him, because in that moment she needed help, but that just shows you something based upon that. But yeah, so I think she is still drawn towards Matt. But the whole storyline with her and Ben Urich and stuff, and now it's interflowing with Foggy, is really cool to see, but it's also very ironic and kind of funny too, because now they're putting the Jack on the board to where it's the Black Mask figure. Who is he involved with? And he's going to go against Fisk. Who's going to win? Who's going to rise? And it's just Matt. It seems like you have this circle of characters, and for their own intents and purposes and to their understanding, he's just out of the focus, even though we as the audience know he's just like standing in front of them the entire time. So I love that they're sort of juggling around the whole idea and the whole truth of the matter. But yeah, this was a very good episode. I'm very interested in where this is going to take off, and this whole thing with killing the child, like why? And also me asking the question, how is Stick the way he is? I'm not going to jump to the conclusion that it's X-Men mutation, but he said he was born blind and has this overcompensation of abilities, just like Matt, even though Matt, I thought it was sort of the acid/chemicals had a physical manifestation on the body to where they altered it and sort of mutated him. But I guess not. So I'm wondering, is it something like X-Men to where it's just like powers that can just come and go? Or is it something more, or is it just something completely different? I'm wondering that, because is there a bunch of blind people across the world in this show? Well, technically this is the MCU now. Like, does the MCU have a bunch of people that are blind but have the same powers of Daredevil? Because not that that's not cool, but I feel like that would kind of undermine him if there's others like him. It's not that I don't like side characters, but in all honesty, I kind of don't. But I'm not going to go over that in this video. But I just felt like Daredevil is so unique. So to see someone else just like him is cool. But the idea of having a multitude of Daredevil people across the world, it takes away from that sort of what makes him cool, because he's just so different. And I don't know, maybe there is, if you could answer that. I mean, look at Echo from Hawkeye, and I think she's a Daredevil character, and it's, well, they didn't really lean into her having like real abilities, but she can certainly take care of herself very well. But that was just more so learning to fight. I think she has like sonic powers in the comics to where she like literally echoes, kind of like Black Canary, but I'm not too sure about that. But just, if you're watching at this point, you're a fan of Daredevil, you know Daredevil, could you just answer this question? Because I don't like spoilers in general, but if you are watching this, could you just please answer this question? Are there other characters like Daredevil and Stick? Like, is there a lot of other Daredevils in the world? And just answer the question of, how did Stick get his powers? Like, how? Is it just the mutation, a body overcompensating for the loss of vision? And is it the same for Matt? Then why wouldn't it be the same for everyone? I'm like wondering, why are they unique in that regard? Or is it for everyone else? Like everybody? I don't know. That's what I'm just wondering. But anyway, I'm going to watch the next episode. Maybe we'll answer that question. I don't know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, you can find the next reaction also up if you have watched about 30 minutes into this video. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't think it will be 30 minutes, but from the start of this video, 30 minutes later, you can find 2 more reactions to Daredevil. So I hope you guys are excited and you want to go check those out, because I'm going to get to them right now.